Good morning world. So I hope you're having an amazing day so far. So today I actually wanted to talk to you about getting outside of your comfort zone. This is something that I talk about quite a lot, and it really interests me, and I live by this every day. So every day I'm looking for some way to just get outside of my comfort zone. And I was thinking about, where did this come from? So we all see public figures and thought leaders sharing all these quotes about getting out of your comfort zone, and I do it myself. We share things about getting out of your comfort zone and why we need to grow as people and get out of our comfort zone in order to be able to do that. And I just sat and thought, where did this come from? And so I googled it and I had a look, and it was really interesting what I found, and I thought that you'd like me to share it with you. So it is actually, your comfort zone is a behavioural space where your activities and behaviour fit a routine and pattern that minimises stress and risk. So it provides a state of mental security, and obviously that has benefits because there's no change, you know what to expect, there's no anxiety, there's no stress, you're just in this kind of comforts and routine and pattern that you know and understand and like, and you it's normal. So the idea of a comfort zone then, it goes back, so I just read it now, I'll read it to you. So the idea of a comfort zone goes back to a classic experiment in psychology. Back in 1908, two psychologists, Robert Yerkes and John Dodson, explained that a state of relative comfort created a steady level of performance in order to maximise performance. So for this, we need to have a state of relative anxiety. So we need for us to actually get out of our comfort zone, we need to push ourselves to a minimum stress level and anxiety level. So anxiety and stress to me mean the same thing. So that's when I say they all mean the same thing. So once we're in our comfort zone, then we need to push it just ever so slightly just to get outside of the comfort zone. And that's actually proven that your productivity levels and the way that you perform is maximised. So you get your best possible results at that stage. Now, we don't want to go too far because that would then go the opposite direction. We just want to go ever so slightly out of this comfort and just expand it ever so slightly. And I don't know if you've ever heard about that saying that people also say, so when you get out of your comfort zone, you begin to grow and develop, and then things also then start to become comfortable and normal and natural, and we understand them. So then we want to grow and expand a little bit further, but it's really important to ensure that we only expand just ever so slightly. So we don't want to be jumping in a freezing cold pool of water and panicking, because that's the effect you'd get if you go too far. And we just want to just expand ever so slightly into the slight stress, anxiety, but where it's not too much. So I want you to think about, what could you do today to get yourself to that state? It's a peak state, I suppose we could call it. So once you've expanded ever so slightly, you bring yourself to a peak state where your stress and anxiety levels not too high, but ever so, you can feel the current. Does that make sense? So what could you do today then to get outside of your comfort zone and show up today as a better person than you were yesterday? That's always my goal, to show up today as better than I was yesterday. So what is it that you could do? So for me, things like doing these lives are still pushing me a little bit out of that comfort zone, and that's something that probably for maybe a few more months will still push me out of that comfort zone. And that's what I continue to do, to show up and push myself to that anxiety, stress kind of peak state is a better way to describe it. So what is it that you're going to do today to put yourself at peak state? Have an amazing day. I'll catch up with you every Monday, Wednesday and Friday between 9 and 11 a.m. live on this page. So have an amazing day. If there's anything you need from me, as always, just comment below, send me some hearts and some love, let me know you've watched or catch the replay. Have an amazing day, have an amazing week, and I'll see you later.